Hey YouTube, Dan Otto here, and I am currently at regionals in Toronto participating. And I want to go over the team that I was going to bring and the team that I'm now going to bring. I'm still debating my 6 Pokemon, so we're going to actually go through that right now, live time. By live, I mean Thursday when I'm shooting this, of how I built my first team, and now that the moves have changed, why I need to change that. So, my first, what I did was I cannot bring a meta team and win. I already mentioned I'm not a good enough battler. I don't know the counts. I don't know all the moves. I don't know optimized timing. Well, I do know it, but I don't do it. So I can't bring a team of Noctowl, Metachamp, Galarian Stunfisk, and win because everyone else is going to bring that, so I'm going to lose. So what I did was I'm going to build against it. So my first analysis was this team right here. Ninetales, Swampert, Umbreon, Lantern, Trevenant, Skarmory. And I'll run the analysis here. And so what you need to do is you need to build a team that is good enough to compete with the meta, but also that you're not super weak to everything else. So like, for example, like this team was a little weak to Altaria, right? Like Umbreon can do okay, Skarmory's okay. You don't have an amazing answer, right? I'm not running a Steel, and I'm not running a Fairy. So those things would have a little bit of trouble with Altaria. But what the main focus of this team is make sure that you can do okay against everything. So Altaria will be a bit weak, but like across the board, I'm going to have at least like multiple wins. Azumarill, Lantern, and Trevenant are strong enough to overcome the big weaknesses in like Ninetales and Umbreon. So went there, and then let's just go over like sort of the main Pokemon that I expected and why I built the team the way I did. So Lickitung. Lickitung is one of those things where like, although like Trevenant's gonna have the biggest problem, I find this one very interesting, the Skarmory one, because you don't have anything. Lickitung does not have anything to throw at you, right? It's all resisted body slams. Even though it's resisted body slams, they still win, which is crazy. I probably would have gone for, wow, that's insane. Lickitung is insane. So Lickitung is the main one. The thing is, like, you could just between Umbreon and Ninetales, and the rest of them don't have like hard losses, I can get through it. The main issue was Metachamp and Noctowl. And so for Metachamp, like I have the Trevenant, I have the Skarmory. Ninetales doesn't do too bad if you can bait once, so it was okay there. And then the main thing I was going after was Noctowl, right? Skarmory resists everything except for the Shadow Ball. Lantern to the same thing, resists everything but the Shadow Ball. Ninetales can win. Umbreon can win, right? So I had a lot of coverage there, and then I had a lot of coverage for like Registeel if it comes up. I do okay against Stunfisk, right? Because the Ninetales does okay. Swampert's just a hard answer. Trevenant's a hard answer. So I like the team. And then we get this update, right? So this was the old. So then if you preview season 13 updates, they won't let me do it. I have to redo everything in the battles here. But that's so it doesn't matter, because what happens with this is you now have a new meta. Because what's going to happen is Noctowl gets even more buffed. So two things are going to happen. More people are going to bring it, and more people are going to go against it. So now I expect more Lanterns. I expect more Azumarills. I expect more Registeels, right? These things that are going to hard wall the Noctowl. So what I did was I started with the core that I did not want to lose. I think Swampert in general is insane, because if you get an energy advantage, you're good there. I'm bringing Ninetales because, like I said, in most neutral situations, first of all, I love Ninetales, but in most neutral situations it does well. And I still want to bring Lantern because I think it's the best answer for Noctowl, and it still does good in neutral matchups. So then what I needed to do is I need to figure out, okay, so I need to build against the Noctowl that more people are going to bring, and I need to build against more of Lantern, Azumarills, Galarian Stunfisk that people are going to bring, right? So it's that balance. So what I was doing was I going through all my Pokemon, and one Pokemon that came up as an answer to everything that is also very glassy but very strong is Shadow Abomasnow, right? Ice, grass. Your ice for your flyers, and your grass for your waters in like Lantern and stuff like that. So I'm going to bring that. The problem with this team now is Swampert, Ninetales, Abomasnow, all shadows. Great for damage, brutal for bulk. So I need a Pokemon to deal for bulk. So I was looking at stuff like Cresselia and stuff like that, but I'm like, no. The problem with this team is I'm also going to have a little bit of problem with if you actually go run the analysis. Let's just run the analysis first. So I'm like, this is going to work, and I'll show you like Abomasnow. There's your answer to Altaria. There's your answer to Azumarill. There's your answer to Lantern. Here's your answer to Mandibuzz as a flyer. Here's your answer to Noctowl over here as a flyer, right? So lots of good answers here. The problem is, right now, Metachamp. It's basically any fighter, quite honestly. Scrafty is a problem. Swampert is still a bit of an issue, right? Because I got the 2 hard losses and Ninetales and Lantern, so I'm going to need something for that. And Vigoroth, who I was debating about bringing, because it is, so counter users are my problem. So then I'm like, okay, if counter users are a problem, I don't want to go meta, but Metachamp, unfortunately, is too good in this meta to not go. Because Metachamp is going to answer your Vigoroth problem, it's going to answer your Scrafty problem, and it's going to do okay in the neutral matchup against that. So now the question is, what is my outstanding issues? My outstanding issues are Altaria, to a certain extent, yeah, because I'm going to have just nothing to throw against this with the Swampert, nothing with the Ninetales. Lantern's just going to get outpaced. Metachamp can throw the ice punches, but you're just going to get outpaced and outbulked there. So I only have Abomasnow. So I need an answer for that. I also need an answer for Metachamp is still a bit of an issue just because of the bulk here. And Noctowl is okay because I have Lantern and Abomasnow, which are 2 big answers. So I don't really need to really deal with that again. Some maybe bring Pelipper, right? I really only have 1 and a bit answers for that. But Pelipper could be an issue now because Pelipper got a buff. Swampert is okay-ish. Neutralist matchup there. Couple wins here. And then Trevenant is a huge issue. Not a huge issue. I have 2 answers for it in Ninetales and Abomasnow, but 3 essentially super hard losses. So I need something to deal with Trevenant. So this is where I'm at right now, and we're going to kind of go over my thoughts on all this. So I need something for Altaria, and I need something for Trevenant. So my first option is going unique double ice. Metachamp. The problem with this team, so I thought about a few things. I thought about Frostlass, I thought about Sableye, because Sableye can deal with Trevenant, and I thought just going back to the Umbreon, this will make me double weak and it won't give me a Metachamp answer. So those are the 3 potential 6 Pokemon I am bringing. We'll go over the analysis in a second here. And Vigoroth, because Vigoroth is an interesting one. Also adds a second fighting weakness. So let's just go down here. So as you can see, like Frostlass and Umbreon will pick up the Altaria matchup. And then if you go down here to, if more people bring Lantern, right? Umbreon and Vigoroth actually beat Lantern, both, no matter what fast move Lantern uses. Metachamp, Frostlass and Sableye pick up the Metachamp matchup, but they will lose to like Umbreon and Vigoroth because they're fighters, right? They're weak to fighting, so that's an issue. Noctowl, they all do decently against Noctowl. And then the 2 big issues at the back here are going to be your Stunfisk and your Swampert to a certain extent, and your Trevenant. So can I get them all on screen here? Yeah. Can you guys see them? Yeah. Okay. Right. So if I go, all these can kind of deal, and this is why I kind of like Vigoroth and Umbreon. Even though you're double weak to fighting, you can just, it's like a nice safe swap. You just kind of stay in, and Sableye's a good safe swap too, right? You kind of stay in there, okay. The Trevenant matchup, the Sableye is way closer than that. Umbreon is just such a hard, nice win against Trevenant. The other 2 like are pretty hard losses, so that's something to keep in mind. And then Swampert here, Umbreon and Vigoroth, again, easy pickups there. So I am leaning right now towards Umbreon, quite honestly. So if I remove Frostlass and I remove Sableye, this is what my team would be like. So I already know Altaria is going to be a bit of an issue. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Do I... my own Skarmory and Altaria were the other two that I was thinking of if I'm going down that route. Because, so Umbreon can deal with Altaria, and then same with Skarmory will deal with Altaria, and Altaria, that's just a mirror match. There's nothing to do there. The problem with bringing Skarmory and Altaria, it's only a little problem because I already have Swampert, Lantern, and Bastiodon and Medicham to build Bastiodon. But Abomasnow and Ninetales are weak to Rock already. So it's not a huge issue with Bastiodon because I have a few answers with that. No, I have a couple of answers for I have 3 answers for Registeel already. It's the Galarian Stunfisk, right? Because you win against the Swampert easy, and I guess Medicham is okay too. So the strength of the flyer is you're now going to take Trevenant well. I think Swampert's a little weak. Yeah, Swampert is not as great as Skarmory's not as great against Swampert, but Altaria is. Altaria and Medicham would be double weak to Fairy, but Fairy's just got nerfed 2 days before this. So I'm not totally against bringing 2 things weak to Fairy. And Altaria gives me a nice answer against like Obstagoon and Scrafty fighters. And both win against Medicham, right? So that's the only thing is if I want a Medicham answer, I think I need to bring a flyer here. So I was going to show you my 6 and then Lickitung here. Umbreon beats Lickitung. Altaria does okay. And then Skarmory. I'm so surprised by that because it's all resisted. Body Slam and the Power Whip are both resisted, but I guess Skarmory is just a little slow. Plus, if Lantern's going to be everywhere, having Umbreon or Altaria is an answer. So I'm leaning more towards Altaria. But Walrein, I've already got enough answers between Lantern and Medicham and Abomasnow. I've got enough there. So right now, maybe Altaria. Let's just go with Altaria as my 6 for now. I've got 24 hours to figure out a finalized team. I kind of like this team though. Right, Altaria, again, this match is even. Altaria is a bit of an issue here though. But if I can align it with my Abomasnow or my Altaria, even Medicham can get a couple Ice Punches off, so I'm not super worried about that. Just going through the basics here. Frostlass, again, I have Swampert can spam enough. And then Ninetales will just light up Frostlass if people decide to bring that. Lantern, I've got a bunch of coverage for Lantern if people bring that. Lickitung, between Medicham. I don't have a great answer for Lickitung, but I've got enough like okay answers that I can just kind of get through it. Their Medicham, I got my own mirror match, and Lantern does okay, and Ninetales does okay. Like everything does okay against it. Noctowl, I've got so many answers, right? I got Lantern, I got Abomasnow, I got Altaria now. So good there. Registeel, I've got 2 hard answers in Swampert and Ninetales, so that is good. Scrafty, that's kind of why I picked up the Altaria as just an answer to Scrafty. And Swampert, I know is going to be an issue, so picking up the Altaria, Medicham, Abomasnow to deal with my weaknesses of Ninetales and Lantern for the Swampert. And Trevenant's going to have super hard answers to Lantern, Swampert, and Medicham, but now I have pretty good answers in Abomasnow, Ninetales, and Altaria can win that matchup too. So this is looking like a pretty balanced team. So the thought process is we have a little bit of bulk in Altaria and Medicham and Lantern. We got charge move pressure in Hydro Cannon, like super charge move pressure in Hydro Cannon. We got okay charge move pressure with like Weather Balls with the threat of Overheat. Surf and Thunderbolt do okay too. Nice coverage for Noctowl. Nice coverage for just the main metas that we've been seeing, and so I think this is good because you can you can, my team, to a certain extent, you can prepare for Swampert. You can prepare for Metachamp. Maybe more people will realize Lantern's going to be strong, so you can prepare for that. Ninetales is a bit off book, not super off book, but plus my Ninetales does not have Ember. It has Fire Spin, which actually like increases the wins, because like 2019 right now, Fire Spin 2218, right? So you actually increase your wins with Fire Spin. Shadow Bomb, I think, is going to catch some people off guard, and it's going to be such a nice pick for the double coverage of the flyers and the water, which there's a lot of that running around. And then Metachamp, just I need something for the steals. Like I need a counter user, and Metachamp provides bulk, and then Altaria provides bulk. It gets hard walled by like a Azumarill and Walrein, like ice type Pokemon, but for the most part, and fairies. Fairies like Ninetales and stuff like that. But for the most part, like Altaria is just so strong in neutral situations. So as long as I don't get walled by that, I think Altaria is going to be super strong in this meta. So that is it. We'll see how it goes. I do not expect to get out of day one. Like I said, my goal is to win one match. Hopefully I catch people off guard with this team. I just did not want to go super meta. I've got some meta on here. I got Metachamp, I got Swampert, so I'm not going to say it's not meta. But it's a little off meta with some of these other picks. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing like Poke Daxi and Daniel Z and a few others. Subscribers have already said that they're going to be there. So if you're there, say hi to me. And that is it. So thanks for watching. Good luck to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.